They expect you to lose it. They want you to snap, lash out, justify yourself, prove a point. The world is structured to provoke you. Buzzing notifications, people testing limits, chaos pressing from all sides. Everything is designed to make you move without thought, speak without clarity, and feel without control. But what if you didn't? What if, amid all that noise, you could remain still? Not because you're indifferent, but because you've trained your mind to respond rather than react. When you root yourself in something deeper than impulse, that's the essence of Stoicism. Real power doesn't show when life is easy. It shows when your center holds firm, while everything around you tries to make you waver. In a world that profits from emotional chaos, your calm becomes defiance. Control over yourself becomes strategy. Stillness becomes strength. If your peace has ever been stolen too easily or your emotions hijacked, this is your chance to reclaim your power, not by fighting harder, but by standing firmer. Master what the Stoics call the only true domain of power, your inner world. If you want that strength, not for show, but for your soul, walk this path with me. There's a certain silence that unnerves people more than the loudest outburst. You've felt it, the quiet that makes others shift in their seats, speak more than necessary, or try harder to get under your skin. It isn't emptiness. It's control. People fear your stillness because they can't predict it. They don't know what you're thinking or if you'll respond at all. That uncertainty exposes their need for dominance, their desire to pull you into their game. Most don't seek connection. They seek compliance. They want your time, your energy, your reaction. The moment you give it, you hand them the script. You become a character in their scene, not yours. There's a quiet strength in pausing, not just holding your tongue, but truly observing. Someone is trying to pull you out of your peace. You don't need to retaliate. You don't need to prove wit, intelligence, or toughness. All you need is to not play. Every impulsive response puts you into their frame, on their timeline, showing you can be triggered at will. The cost: energy, dignity, clarity. Calm isn't absence of emotion, it's presence of mastery. You feel, acknowledge, and decide whether to express it. It's like walking through fire without letting it touch you, feeling the heat, yet holding your ground. People begin to see what they can't control. Some respect it. Others reveal themselves. Either way, you win. Notice the little traps: sarcasm disguised as conversation, jokes meant to sting, backhanded compliments. They are tests. Most fall for them, seeking justice or acknowledgement. Stoicism teaches that your responsibility lies in your response, not their action. That space between what they do and how you react, that's your kingdom. Guard it. Epictetus said, "If someone succeeds in provoking you, realize that your mind is complicit in the provocation." It's a harsh truth. It's about discipline, not submission. Not every attack deserves a fight. Some things aren't worth the cost of your serenity. There's dignity in not explaining yourself to someone who misunderstands. Stop bleeding energy into small insults. Speak with intent. Words should fall like stone, not scatter like panic. Calmness doesn't mean tolerating all wrongs. It means knowing what matters enough to break silence. Sit in discomfort without lashing out. Let others rant, insult, or express while you remain rooted. Your identity isn't tied to approval. Your peace isn't borrowed. It's built inside. Watch how others react to your stillness. They get louder, meaner, frustrated. Your calm mirrors their chaos. This is especially true in close relationships. People who know your patterns expect your old reactions. When you don't comply, they push harder, but you aren't who you were. Not every battle deserves breath. Some slights merit only a shrug. Silence, deliberate and strategic, is discipline. Guard your time, mind, and heart. It takes practice. You will fail. You will speak too much. You will be pulled into old habits. Each failure is a lesson to pause longer, notice triggers faster. Slowly, reactions become deliberate responses. Silence shifts from suppression to ownership. Power is quiet, not performative. It's stability, focus, and clarity. You walk through storms without becoming them. You pause, you calculate, you act intentionally. There's compassion in this too. Observing without reacting reveals the fear and pain behind others' attacks. Understanding this doesn't excuse harm, but it releases the need to fight constantly. Calmness becomes wisdom. Consistent calm sets an example, teaching others that stillness is an option. Your presence becomes direction, not reaction. This is where true power lives. Silence unsettles people, not the quiet of solitude, but the pause in tension, in conversation, in argument. That silence feels loud, confrontational, even threatening. It's powerful. In a world that demands instant response, speaking louder isn't always strength. Sometimes, saying nothing is the strongest move. Silence exposes insecurity. It creates unpredictability. People wonder what you're thinking, planning, or refusing to say. Silence isn't weakness, surrender, or avoidance. It's discipline. It's stepping out of the storm rather than being swept up in it. You don't need to argue, defend, or explain to those already set in their minds. Let actions, absence, and stillness speak. People fill the void themselves, revealing intentions, fears, and weaknesses. The silent observer sees more than the speaker ever could. Marcus Aurelius advised, "The best answer to anger is silence." It preserves inner order while the world attempts to create disorder. Silence builds reputation. People learn you won't rise to pettiness. It requires strength, especially when the loudest voice dominates attention. Responding quickly makes it easy for others to label you, to control you. Silence keeps you in command, letting others wonder, exposing their need for dominance. It allows reflection. Not every thought or feeling needs to be voiced. Silence grants clarity. Carl Jung noted, "Silence is a source of great strength. Withdrawing from noise returns you to your center, to your wisdom. Words can cloud truth. Brevity clarifies. Silence fosters awareness of others and of yourself. People may criticize your quiet. They may call it cold or distant. That reflects their discomfort, not your failing. Boundaries are not negotiable. Those who value your presence will sit in the stillness, not demand its end. In relationships, silence creates space for connection, truth, and pause. It allows listening instead of reacting, being instead of performing. In negotiation and leadership, silence signals control, direction, and trustworthiness. Mastery of emotion allows you to observe, feel, and choose words deliberately. Silence is not emptiness. It's patience, strength, and wisdom. It commands respect, teaches without speaking, and shifts dynamics. Once integrated, silence becomes part of your being, a steady presence in a chaotic world. We all enjoy recognition, compliments, acknowledgement, praise. It feels good to be seen. But there's a subtle danger in relying on it. Praise becomes a soft trap when self-worth depends on it. It starts small, a smile, a comment. But over time, your sense of value begins to float on the validation of others. Your worth becomes contingent. The Stoic path teaches, true happiness depends on the quality of your thoughts, not external feedback. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that life's contentment comes from within. When attached to praise, you perform for approval, abandoning authenticity. You act to be noticed, not because it aligns with your principles. Stoicism insists action should be driven by inner virtue, not external reward. Criticism is similar. It's someone else's perspective, not your truth. Anchoring self-worth internally cultivates emotional resilience. Detaching from praise and criticism allows self-directed life. Actions are grounded in values, not applause. Carl Jung observed that the privilege of a lifetime is becoming who you truly are. Detachment frees you to live authentically. Praise becomes acknowledgement, not dependency. Criticism reflects others, not you. True fulfillment arises from alignment with values, not external recognition. Smile, nod, keep walking. Your peace, not applause, defines you. Chaos accelerates life. People rush, talk fast, demand decisions. Speed often masks panic, not productivity. Real power is slowing down, choosing pace deliberately. Slowing down doesn't mean stopping. It's creating inner stillness. When everyone sprints, pause. Observe, plan, and act intentionally. Marcus Aurelius. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Pressure is an opportunity for deliberate response. Rushing leads to mistakes, missed details, and poor choices. Moving thoughtfully allows clarity, better decisions, and strategic advantage. Calm minds notice what others miss. Slowing down is resistance, discipline, and mastery. Slow movement commands respect. You are the calm in the storm, grounded while the world spins. You act with intention, not react to chaos. Decisions become wiser, aligned with values, deliberate rather than impulsive. Calmness changes perception. Others notice steadiness, respect it, and follow example. The Stoic path. External events are uncontrollable. Your response is power. Slow down, breathe, act intentionally, and the storm loses control over you. Your rhythm becomes unstoppable. Words are cheap. Anyone can speak well, charm, apologize, or promise. Actions reveal truth. Observe what people do under pressure, in silence, or when no one watches. Patterns, not words, reveal character. Friends who shift focus, co-workers who disappear during work, those who value honesty only when convenient. All show patterns. Stoicism teaches separating appearance from reality. Reality is repeated action, not spoken claim. Carl Jung. You are what you do, not what you say you'll do. Observation protects peace and builds clarity. Recognize patterns. Respond with awareness, not emotion. Maintain boundaries. Accept reality over illusion. Detachment from words allows calm evaluation. Hope without grounding leads to suffering. Trust consistent actions, not promises. Behavior is the truest language. Observing it allows informed choices, prevents manipulation, and protects your energy. Stoic discipline requires seeing clearly, aligning expectations with actions, and acting from truth. Observe, discern, and respond wisely. Peace comes from clarity, not fantasy. Once you truly understand, you stop seeking closure from those who never offered clarity, and that alone brings a peace that no discussion could ever give. This isn't about moving through life suspicious of everyone. It's about being awake. Awake to those who genuinely show up. Awake to reality. Awake to the fact that people reveal themselves over time if you choose to observe rather than just listen. Observation is a gift. It allows you to step away from the noise, recognize patterns, and make choices grounded in wisdom rather than fear or pressure. Ultimately, this is the essence of the Stoic life, not emotional detachment, but wise engagement. When you're anchored in truth, flattery or dramatic exits no longer unsettle you. You simply note, acknowledge, and keep walking. Peace isn't in what others say, it's in accepting reality. The more you act from what you see, the less you're shaken by what you hear. Life is unpredictable. It throws the unexpected at us, and in a blink, everything can change. One moment all seems well, the next, you're blindsided by a problem you never foresaw. Panic is natural. Most people succumb immediately, reacting out of fear, like being thrown into a storm unprepared. And often, the shock is so overwhelming they let it control them. They get lost in their own emotions. But there's another approach. Preparing for the worst. Not to invite it, but so it doesn't define you when it comes. Stoic philosophers mastered this mindset. They knew life isn't about evading pain. It's about how you respond when it inevitably appears. Marcus Aurelius said the happiness of life depends on the quality of your thoughts. In essence, pain will come. What shapes your life is how you prepare for it mentally. This isn't pretending everything will be fine. It's rehearsing the challenges so they don't derail you. Many walk through life expecting smooth sailing. When setbacks arrive, they panic, overwhelmed by emotions. But those who cultivate calm by anticipating hardship navigate it with clarity. They've imagined loss, failure, betrayal, not because they want them, but because they know they can endure them. Mental preparation turns you from a victim into a steady force. You can't control every circumstance, but you can control your reaction. Those calm in adversity embrace discomfort as a vehicle for growth. This doesn't mean seeking hardship, it means acknowledging life's reality. Carl Jung emphasized confronting the shadow, parts of ourselves we ignore. Strength isn't gained by pretending all is perfect. Resilience comes from facing fear, imagining worst-case scenarios, and accepting them as possible. This builds mental fortitude. It's not dwelling in negativity, but preparing to remain unshaken. If you flee from potential pain, fear governs you. Accept it, and you face the unknown with composure, clarity, and resolve. This mindset fosters quiet confidence. Minor setbacks no longer dictate your emotions. You feel frustration but remain grounded. Stoics valued inner resilience, not avoiding pain, but confronting it without breaking. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Fear often comes from envisioning worst-case scenarios, not from events themselves. Mental rehearsal removes that fear. When challenges arise, the calm mind responds decisively. Anticipating failure, loss, or betrayal frees you from panic. You've already imagined it and accepted it. Life will throw curveballs, people will disappoint you, plans will falter. But if you've prepared, you remain steady, collected, ready to move forward. That is Stoic resilience. Hide your hunger. Announcing goals, feels intoxicating, the rush of sharing, the pride of being recognized. Yet public declaration often distracts from real work. Talking more means doing less. It invites external pressure, opinions, and expectations. In a world seeking validation, silence is power. Let results speak. Stoics understood that self-worth isn't tied to approval. Marcus Aurelius warned against yearning for what others possess, instead valuing what you have. True ambition focuses on the work itself, not on impressing observers. Vocalizing your hunger invites scrutiny. People comment, advise, doubt, or measure your progress by their standards. You risk redirecting energy from creation to pleasing others. Stoic discipline teaches moving quietly, letting effort and time reveal results. Your hunger is nurtured internally. Success grows silently. When the world notices, your actions speak louder than announcements. Avoiding applause cultivates independence. Your focus remains inward. Discipline strengthens. Your work reflects who you are, not who others think you should be. 8. Don't chase instant justice. We all feel the urge to retaliate when wronged. Immediate response seems satisfying, but reacting in the heat of the moment fuels endless cycles of conflict. Stoics understood justice doesn't need haste. True justice is patient, deliberate, lasting. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that revenge isn't needed to maintain dignity. Pausing allows clarity and restraint. Carl Jung noted that reactions reveal more about ourselves than the instigator. Reflection transforms insult into insight. Silence can be strength. Waiting turns emotional impulses into calculated, intentional action. 9. Budget your emotional energy. Emotional energy is finite. Every irritation, every reaction is an expense. Reacting to minor offenses drains your inner resources. The Stoics taught that inner peace is non-negotiable. Epictetus said those who anger you hold power over you. Emotional budgeting ensures your energy is spent on what matters. Withdraw wisely. Invest in yourself. Resist the impulse to correct trivialities. Preserve peace, focus, and patience. The result is emotional wealth. Calm becomes your currency. Choosing when to respond creates freedom. Flattery isn't always friendly. Not all praise is genuine. Compliments can manipulate, disarm, or soften for ulterior motives. Stoics advise awareness. Accept praise without attachment. Marcus Aurelius said, "Receive without pride. Let go without attachment." Observe motives. Carl Jung reminded us that ignoring the unconscious allows it to control us. Flattery can dull drive, distract from growth. Remain grounded, balanced, and disciplined. Appreciate compliments, but let them inform, not dictate, your actions. Real affirmation is internal, earned through self-knowledge. Walk away without a word. Some endings need no explanation. Silence often conveys more than words. Stoicism teaches focusing on what you control and releasing what you don't. Walking away protects your energy and honors yourself. Not reacting isn't coldness, it's clarity. People respect calm more than argument. Epictetus said freedom comes from disregarding what's beyond our control. Quiet departures let absence speak truth. Walking away without drama is self-respect in action. Silence becomes power, reflection, and freedom. Let chaos collapse. On its own, life's chaos tempts us to intervene, to fix, to rescue. Stoicism teaches restraint. Some storms must run their course. Marcus Aurelius emphasized control over mind, not events. Constant intervention risks burnout and enables dependency. By stepping back, you maintain peace, allow others to face consequences, and promote growth. Detachment isn't indifference, it's clarity. Calm observation preserves energy, creating space for new opportunities. Not every fire requires your water. Sometimes the wisest act is no action. Calm isn't numb, it's mastery. Calm is misunderstood as coldness or indifference. True calm is mastery over emotion. It's feeling fully yet choosing deliberate responses. Like a sculptor shaping marble, calm shapes raw emotion into purpose. Reacting impulsively is easy. Restraint takes strength. Marcus Aurelius taught that power comes from controlling your mind. Calmness is sovereignty, not absence. It's a fortress that feels deeply without being overwhelmed. Silence is strength. Mastery is choosing the response, holding space, and navigating life intentionally. Calm is the ultimate power, responsive, grounded, unshaken.